Hi, this is Mark Ellens here in beautiful North Carolina. We are at an overlook up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. It is the Bull Creek Valley Overlook. Elevation's right about 3,500 feet. We're here on a beautiful July day. And I want to take this moment to thank you very, very sincerely for visiting our website. I think you're going to find that our information is easy to understand, and it's also information that can help you solve a lot of your health problems. And in addition to that, it can help you live longer. So it's really some worthwhile information on here. We'll be talking quite a bit about the Russian adaptogens. It's a type of herb that people really don't have much knowledge of at this point, and the wellness community is starting to really make use of it now, and you're in for a treat. You know, I'm sitting here on our old motorcycle. This is a 1995 BMW R100 RT. I've included the bike as part of my greeting to you because what happened to us on this motorcycle is one of the reasons that I've ended up learning about adaptogens and one of the reasons that I became a wellness consultant and a wellness speaker. A little over 12 years ago, while we were on a long tour on this motorcycle, a car came through an intersection. It did so illegally, which really doesn't matter because the bike was totaled, and my wife, who was on the back, was very seriously injured, and I got pretty beat up and some broken bones and some other problems from the accident also. On my wife's end, she netted 2 crushed legs, left femur over 40 pieces, right femur 2 pieces through the skin, broken pelvis, broken teeth, broken collarbone, and rubbed off a lot of skin. So the lady had some healing to do. Ultimately, it was 5 surgeries and a year, and learning to walk again is what it took. And of course, this left her with some lifelong injuries and health challenges. And yes, she does. She still rides with me. We do extensive touring nationally. We're planning a trip from Asheville, North Carolina to Alaska. During the course of her recovery, we hit a situation where we had no bone regeneration. And it got real serious mentally for her, and of course that's very serious physically. And I'll never forget, because we had some top-notch ortho surgeons involved, and I asked them, what can we do to get these bones to start growing? How about vitamins and minerals, any type of nutrition? Give the body some building blocks. And their answer was, I might just as well take my money out and burn it in the street. Well, I did my own research, and that's not true. I did find top vitamin and mineral formulas to put her on. Inside of 2 weeks, we had strong bone regeneration, and the rest is history for us. That sparked my interest in natural health. And ultimately, it resulted in my learning about adaptogens and resulted in my becoming a wellness consultant and a wellness speaker. And I've been doing that now for over 10 years, and I've helped tens of thousands of people attain much, much better health. Let me tell you briefly a little bit about adaptogens, because to me, it's the most important health discovery that's ever been made, bar none. Adaptogens are a class of botanical herb that were discovered and named by the Soviet Union researchers after World War II. The whole reason that they started looking at adaptogens, at these plants, is because there's an area up in Siberia, part of the Russian Caucasus Mountains, Soviet Georgia nowadays, where for over 5,000 years people have lived the longest and been the healthiest. Plato and Hippocrates both wrote about them. In 1973, National Geographic sent gerontology researchers worldwide, and they determined these are the healthiest and longest lived people in the entire world. As a matter of fact, over 25 times as many of them live to be 100 and older than here in the United States. And what is really unusual is these people at ages 100, 102, 105 are fully functional and in a state of great health. So after World War II, the Soviet Union decided that they wanted to find out why these people are so amazingly healthy and long-lived. And what they ended up finding out has really shaken up the health and the nutritional community worldwide. The Soviet Union ultimately paid for 45 years of research. They had over 1,200 research scientists involved, and they did over 3,000 human clinical studies that involved over 500,000 people. This was done during the Cold War. We didn't even know this research was taking place. What the Russians discovered was a new classification of plant that they renamed adaptogens because it helps an organism adapt to stress. These adaptogens, the Russians successfully created a formula using them, the Russian Human Performance Formula, and that formula was provided to the leaders of the Kremlin. It was provided to their cosmonauts. It was also provided to their military special forces. Ultimately, they ended up providing this formula to their Olympic athletes. And that year, the Soviet Union went from doing poorly in the Olympics to dominating the Olympics. As you can imagine, these adaptogens do pretty special things to the human body. On the healing front, we have been absolutely astounded what adaptogens do. They work on the entire organism. They help you adapt to stress and stop that fight or flight stress response that is hardwired into all mammals. And that stress response causes a lot of damage in our body if it goes on for too long. Stress is a very, very important thing to be able to control your reaction to. The reason for that is because our response as a mammal to stress is we go into what's called the fight or flight reaction. And that's a reaction that fires up our adrenal glands. Our adrenal glands then manufacture cortisol, which it dumps into our bloodstream. The cortisol is there to increase our reaction time and our strength and get us ready to either fight for our lives or go ahead and run for our lives. The bad news is that cortisol does huge damage to our organs and to us emotionally. It does just great damage to our cardiovascular system, a lot of inflammation too, if it's present too much. And nowadays, scientists tell us that fight or flight reaction is in our bodies and is active typically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week because of our lifestyle and because of our surroundings and our nutrition. The other thing that fight or flight does to us that's very, very serious is it uses up our immune system. And our immune system is what's meant to do two things: keep us healthy, but it's also meant to repair our body when we have problems. And if your immune system is all burdened down by the cortisol and the attendant hormones and chemicals that your body's produced in response to the fight or flight response, then unfortunately it can't do its job of keeping you healthy and repairing your body. So if you can control that response and get that weight off of your immune system, you'll find your body comes back and takes care of all kinds of problems and is capable of healing so many things that are health challenges to you. And of course, in addition to that, you're going to live longer and you're going to live happier. That's what this website is all about, giving you the history of adaptogens. It also describes many of the health conditions that have been proven to be benefited by the body when you take adaptogens. And we also talk about the formula that we found to be the best adaptogen formula currently available. So please, take your time, look around our website, learn. If you have questions, give us a call. And my recommendation to you is give this adaptogen formula that we recommend, give it a go. See what it does for you. 3 ounces a day for 60 days. We guarantee it for a period of 60 days. So you've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. And this could be the most important information and health formula that you've ever encountered in your entire life. This is Mark Ellens up here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, wishing you all the health that you're willing to work towards. Have a wonderful day.